We're talking with Connor Beaton, founder of ManTalks, about the book No More Mr. Nice Guy by Dr. Robert Glover. For single guys that are just starting out in a new relationship or just dating, like, should they refrain from having sex for a while, or like that kind of seems like that's the last thing they want to do?
it's like the last thing that I want to do, right? Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. There's not like one solution, but oftentimes it can be beneficial to hold off a little bit and to start to practice the muscle of asking for what you want in the relationship dynamic, to start to really make decisions and choices. And this can be subtle. It can be as simple as a nice guy planning out a date entirely. And this could be really confronting for him to say, I'm gonna pick you up at 6:30, and I want you to wear something like this, and I'm gonna take you to this restaurant, and then we're gonna go for drinks at this place.
Right.
That can be really confronting because the nice guy often wants to please the woman that he's about to take on a date. So his like normal mode of operation is like, what do you want to do?
Right.
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to eat?
Chicks hate that.
And chicks hate it. They're like, just make a decision, damn it.
Yeah.
And so it can be very beneficial for a guy to hold off on sex while he kind of practices this different means of operation where he's asking for what he wants.
Right.
So that when it comes time to sex, when he actually feels connected and comfortable, it's not coming from a space of I need validation, but it's coming from a space of I actually want to be intimate with you.
Right. And maybe also exposing some of his flaws along the way.
Totally.
So that when they actually get to that stage, he actually knows that she really likes him for who he is, warts and all, right?
Yeah, it's a great point. Like, a lot of nice guys will create this like perfect image of themselves, right? This like really like flawless persona with no cracks in the armor. And that can put so much pressure. So a lot of nice guys have problems a lot of times in the first sort of sexual instance where, maybe they can't get it up, or they're like really nervous and they have performance anxiety, or they, will not have an issue getting it up, but they feel like they need to perform.
Right.
And so the act of sex the first couple of times ends up becoming this like
mechanical? Yeah,
mechanical, not game, but like it's almost like they're on stage, right? And they feel like they need to act out what they've seen in the porn that they've been watching.
Because they're busy trying to please the woman instead of actually being in their body and enjoying the...
So the hardest thing for a nice guy is to hold off a little bit and then be able to actually ask for what he wants in the bedroom.
Right, so it's not really a matter of how long, like a matter of waiting time-wise, but until you're actually in an emotional place that it's not gonna be...
Yeah, where you feel comfortable, where you feel like you've exposed some of your flaws. Not that you need to have gone like, overtly vulnerable and like broken down 5 times and had like life crisis. That's not the case either. It needs to be a happy medium, but enough where the nice guy has kind of exposed parts of himself that he normally would not showcase.
Right.
And maybe he's allowed the woman that he's dating to see some of his flaws and to be okay with that. Maybe he's asked for a couple of things that he's wanted, maybe not sexually yet, but within the sort of like dating, and said, hey, I really want to go to this place, and made it happen, right? I really wanted to go to this art gallery, so I'm going to take you there.
Right.
And that in itself can start to build that muscle of him feeling comfortable within the relationship.
Right. And it also gives the nice guy a chance to determine if there's any red flags on the girl's part.
Absolutely.
Like maybe she's a see you next Tuesday.
Absolutely. I think that, for a lot of nice guys, they get into relationships with women that they know aren't right for them, but because they've already invested in it, it ends up going way further than it should.
Right.
And so she becomes more invested. He's not happy because he's not dating the woman that he actually wants to be dating, and he's constantly thinking about other options, and so all of a sudden he's got like grass is greener on the other side. He's 2 months into this relationship and he's like, but there's that girl and there's that girl, and so he's never really choosing one person.
He's always got one foot out the door.
Yeah.
Right. So some of the things you can do is definitely go to mantalks.com. Definitely pick up Dr. Glover's book, No More Mr. Nice Guy. You can also subscribe to the ManTalks podcast. Go to a ManTalks event in a city near you, a program that I have for guys that is basically how to get a girlfriend. And there'll be details and all the links below the video.
Okay, good.
except I've got the quiver.
Oh,
You know the smile quiver?
yeah.
I don't like the smile quiver. Quick, water.
Couldn't emperor-
My-